I want to bring in our Hall of Famer Dale Jarrett. DJ, you're a champion. Your dad's a two-time champion. You're both Hall of Famers. You know, your whole family knows what being a champion in this sport is all about. What do you think Joey's thinking about that opportunity to join a very select group of having 3 or more titles?
Yeah, I think Joey understands exactly the position that Paul Wolf and this team has helped put him in. And, you know, he doesn't need any more credentials to be a Hall of Famer when he retires from this. But what it does is put that, you saw that list. There's only going to be 4 other drivers, if he can win the championship in 2 weeks, that have more championships than what he does. And that's just something that you'll always have. And I just love the fact that Paul Wolf, his crew chief, knows how to put the things in Joey Logano's hands. He might not have the fastest car when he gets to Phoenix, but what...
This is what we ordered today, to see the playoff guys all grouped together at the front of this race, fighting it out, Steve, for a race win and a position lock.
Yeah, the 7 drivers not locked in are inside the top 9, with Larson being the furthest back. Blaney clears Elliott, will take the clear lead. Hamlin, Reddick get in line as well, as Byron is inside the 77 of Hocevar. .92 laps to go. Jeff, you said at the beginning of the race, how hard do you push your tires? If you're only planning to stop once, this would be 2 very long runs. As a crew chief, I have to keep you in the loop as we see Elliott dive to the bottom of the racetrack.
And the 3 manufacturers that race in the NASCAR Cup Series are represented in the top 3 positions: Ford, Chevrolet, and Toyota. Remember, these 2 guys had slight contact down the back straight earlier, Jeff, and Ryan Blaney was none too pleased.
Well, be the same opportunity to do it again. See Chase Elliott chasing him down the racetrack, trying to side draft him a little bit.
Steve, how fascinated are you as far as the pit cycle? Who's going to go on the shorter side? Who's going to go on the longer side? Where do you think it's going to play to whose advantage?
It's going to be very interesting to see who drives the pit cycle. Remember, Hamlin, Chris Gabehart stuck to their guns and ran 10 laps longer. That is
the 3 best in manufacturers this year, 3 best drivers right here. Bell's the best one in the Toyotas, Blaney's the best one in the Fords, and Elliott's the best one in the Chevys.
And they're all going to know, because now, other than Hocevar right there at the bottom of that yellow and black 77, every other car in the top 8 are playoff drivers.
I'm going to say, even though he finished top 3 at Watkins Glen, I'm going to say Carson Hocevar is going to mark this one down as the race of his Cup career. Jeff, he's up there with the big dogs, the big names, and running consistently in that front group.
Yeah, and all the playoff guys, right? They bring, when you're in the playoffs, you're bringing your very best. The battle continues for the lead.
The 2023 champion and the 2020 champion going at it blow for blow, move for move. 89 laps to go here in Miami. Again, Elliott cycles back to the front.
Jeff, you asked earlier, what about if you're crew chief Luke Lambert on the 77? I think this is the point where I still believe in my driver, and you have every right to be up here, but I would remind him, they're all playoff drivers. You have a long career ahead of you. You deserve to be here. We're fast enough to be here. Just be very deliberate with your moves. Make sure they know where you're going.
And how about in the back of the screen, on the bottom, the 5 of Kyle Larson.
Knock, knock, who's there?
So much trouble early in the race. Concerned they had problems with their car, damage, but continue to go forward.
There's a fair bit of fire and drive inside that helmet as well. There was a lot of frustration. And you heard earlier the voice of Cliff Daniels, the crew chief for the 5, saying to Kyle Larson, we are making great progress. We think it's more you than the car, so well done. Keep doing what you're doing. And Larson has driven from way at the back of this field to now be fighting for a top 5.
Yeah, trying to get by Hamlin. You know, Hamlin essentially restarted 4th on that restart, 2nd row outside line. Larson trying to take the spot. I think the strength of Hamlin's car is a long run. So even though he gave up spots on the restart, it doesn't mean that he's not in position to win this race. We saw him early in the race have good long run speed. His as long as they kept up with the changes on the racetrack to make this car drive well, he's not out of this.
I write these, okay, guys?
There's a wreck. Again, the 7 again of Justin Haley.